God is my source. I cannot see apart from Him. So since my death experience, I was given the knowledge and understanding of the 10 dimensions of reality. And I've mentioned a little bit about them, but this lesson talks a whole lot about it. So essentially what God is the totality of all options, of all possibilities, of all variations, of alternate universes, timelines, and variations of everything that could possibly exist. Okay? So it's a mouthful, but it really is all things to infinite expanse of all things. So it's a pretty intense little concept. Now the thing about it is that God is everywhere. God is in all things, and so perception is the ability to see something separate from something else. So like even my eyes can see over here, right? Can see the camera, can see this light. Right? This is referred to as perception. Now this is only possible if you have objects, eyes, that are separate from other objects or some other element of some sort. So this is where perception is able and capable and possible. So there are different variations in dimensions of perceptions, but it always requires a separation between it. So this is pretty interesting. So God, being total essence of all that is, can't see its own self. It can't experience its own self. So it being a realm of consciousness is in, say, the realm of knowledge, as it's referred to. So this is knowing everything as itself. It literally knows all existence as itself. So it can't know itself because it knows itself as itself. It's kind of like anything that you might want to know, or you're coming to know A Course in Miracles, you're coming to know this or that or ABCs, it has to be something else. You have to know something else. And essentially the key here is to know thyself, if you've ever heard of it, is actually to discover something you can't comprehend, and it is the same mind as God. So to get into recognizing that God cannot look at itself, it's like saying, just like we say with the eyes, the objects of the eyes, to see something separate from itself. An eye cannot see itself without, say, it's an object that it's really looking at the reflection in the mirror to see, or what, a camera or something. But so it has to be separate. So an eye can't see itself. So in the same way, in God, in the truth of what the totality of what God actually is, cannot experience, and that's what I like to say a little bit more, it can't experience anything because it is all experience. So it's not just the fact that you experience skateboarding because you are a skateboarder. No, we're talking about you're not separate from the skateboard, you're not separate from the air around it, you're not separate from the pants that you're wearing, you're not separate from shoes, not separate from anything, and it all is what you are. So you actually don't experience it as something different or something moving. And in the sense of not just that skateboarder, but a skateboard in all variations of universes and timelines, skateboards everywhere, all at the same time. All people, the skateboarder of you, all at the same time, everywhere in existence. That's a pretty phenomenal thing, because then you can't experience anything. It's like saying that, taking that cup, as in lesson 7, right? I see only the past. Taking that cup and putting that cup everywhere in the room. Okay, you have hundreds of cups in the room, right? Great, thousands maybe. But now let's put cups inside the cups, and cups inside the cups, and cups in between the molecules of the cups, and cups in between the space of the cups of the cups of the molecules of the cups, and the space in the between of the cups and the cups around, and everywhere outside doing the same thing outside of all the room. And so there is nothing, there is no cup. There never was a cup. There's no experience of a cup. There's no future of a cup. There's nothing of a cup. There's no cups. No cups. Cups don't exist because there's only cups. In several different ways. There's no other material to generate cups In the first place, there's no there's no lips to use, there's no water, there's no anything else but cups. You see what I'm saying? So as God can't experience what God is because it is all that is. So the God everywhere, it means that God is nothing, yet God is everything. You see? So it's pretty complex. That's why I call it undefinable and expansive. Yeah. Whew. Okay. But so what the Son of God is the first dimension. So now let's say there's cups everywhere for the sake of example, and then poof, somebody to use a cup. Now there has to be a space where there's no cups. There has to be a person where there's no cups, and then there has to be, where did this person come from? Well, how is this person developed? What does hair come from? All this different stuff. Okay, so this develops an experiencer of it. All right, so it's pretty intense. So the Son of God is actually the experiencer of God. So it is an idea of the original experience. Okay, so to experience, it had this joining experience of the mind of God. It is the same mind of God. It's the same, God is everywhere, right? And then you have a bloop. Here's the Son of God. It's still in the everywhere. It's a bloop. It's still in the everywhere. Bloop. Okay? So it is in the same knowledge, consciousness of what God is. This is Christ consciousness. Okay? So then the Holy Spirit bridges the gap between the communication, because of what the Holy Spirit is the second dimension. Now this is the same. You got God reflecting into the Son, generated in its image. So that's one dimension, a line between 2 points. Summarizing this real short. And then you reflect those two and you got light and sound. So the reflecting those two, light and sound, develops a holographic universe. So you got waves and light. Okay? So it's known as represented by the flower of life, a bunch of circles. And then Star of David, lines. Same thing. Sacred geometry. There we go. Okay. So in the recognition of what this is, it actually develops a universe, a holographic universe. Now this is not just like those little stickers where you see, oh, it looks 3D, yo. No, it's full engaging, more like Star Trek. And you get the holographic deck where you actually go into a whole nother, whatever you program it to be, and it looks real, and it seems just as big as you make it out to be, real seeming people programmed into it and everything, and it looks real, feels real. And there's two attributes of specifically on Star Trek is force fields and light. Okay, so in the same way, you develop the shape by sound, the movement of energy. Okay, the waves. Okay, I teach more courses on this as well, but and then the light is generated and reflected off of it all over the place, and we're going to get into that God is the light in which we see as well. So through this, the holy spiritual universe, or the Holy Spirit, generates the experience of what we believe. It reflects what the Son of God believes. So the Son of God generated an idea, an unholy idea. And what was that unholy idea? Remember, it's not about holy and sinful. No, it's not. It's about unwhole, W-H-O-L-L-Y, and separate. Separate. I'm a separate experience. I can now experience the universe. I can experience all the possible timelines and universes of God as a separate entity. So in that second dimension of a holographic universe, the experience went into, and that was the original, say, the Garden of Eden and such. So then it went into the physical world when you take about the knowledge of good and evil. Good and evil means knowledge of opposition. Now the physical world is full of opposition because it is a reflection of the consciousness of, say, the Son of God, Christ. And so now you experience in the holographic representation of the universe separation, opposition. Okay? So now in the opposition, now you have this point of more so in perspective where you develop an internal consciousness, this ego, separate ego, personality. Now that also generates this whole experience of time and space in through that, say, space of the third dimension. So that's fourth dimension. The only thing that knows there's time is consciousness. So, fourth dimension, perception. Now this is core. I mean, we're talking about a lot today, okay? So I'm going real fast. So this is talking about perception is not an attribute of God, okay? So it's actually the fourth dimension. It's a realm of consciousness, but it's continual ideas thrice removed from the Son of God. First dimension, second dimension, third dimension, fourth. Okay, so the ego is fourth dimension. Now going into the fifth dimension is another spiritual paradise. So in this recognition, we want to understand that in order to get into that, say, spiritual paradise, we actually want to discover the presence of what the Son of God is. You have to accept Christ for yourself. I'd rather say accept Christ as yourself. Now this is not debatable. This is a fact of the universe. And when you actually do it, you recognize what, say, the fifth dimension is. And that gets into that realm of knowledge. So that, referring to God, is a total knowledge of all existence of all that is. Knowing it as itself. Knowing you as yourself. That's why it knows everyone's name. Because it is everyone. You see it? You see it? You feel it? I think you see it. Don't stress too much about it. But God is my source. I cannot see apart from this. I cannot see this desk apart from Him. Essentially, when we break it down, there is only, say, God the Father, totality, God the Son, perceiver, and the Holy Spirit, which makes this image. So this image, this world, is the relationship between the Son and the Father. So everyone and everything in space, time, all experiences is really just the Son experiences with the Father. This is our experience together. This is you and me. This is what we are. Has been going on for eternity, in and out of dimensions, lifetimes, all existence, through space and time is not at random. So there's a lot to take in, and that's just a hint. Essentially, when you discover this truth of what God is, this realm of knowledge, it's not just like Akashic records. That's just a portion of it. That's just a tiny portion. It's a vast, huge thing. This is why I am fully capable of making all of these courses that I do, this whole academy, is because once you recognize what it actually is, everything becomes clear and you can talk about every single subject and have the answers to every single question ever asked. This is something, say, the vision, in which is a gift for you.